people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Salita, your faith, lifestyle, manhood, and creativity channel. I still remain your girl, Elena Alabi, and thanks for always rooting for us. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for always coming back. And if this is your first time of coming to this YouTube channel, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so that when we post a new video, you'll be able to sit back and enjoy. And if you're a returning subscriber, Eshe, thanks for always coming back. It means that this channel was just not made for my own. I get a lot of review and I tell them that come to this channel and post your review here. Don't come to my inbox, my Facebook, or even email to give me a review. That will make us know that we are doing something. Reason why I'm doing this was because of this that happened. And I'm going to be doing Pastor Mrs. Laju's movie. I'm going to be doing a review of some of the scene, and I saw it on, shout out to Faith Adegboye, she's just on a YouTuber. When I saw it on status on WhatsApp, I decided to sit back and watch it. And really, as much as those that are really religiously bigotry, I would not want you to look at the people that actually make this movie. I want you to look at it from the perspective of the Holy Spirit leading this movie. I'm going to be saying the random talks based on the scenes I remember, and not based on, or it's going to be on the base of the scenes I remember, not in a particular order. I remembered the first one that really said it caught my heart was when SR and Grace's marriage begin to have issues because the guy has to fly most of early stage of their marriage. Yes, now you sit and you ask that, is it really good for young couples that just get married 2 months after to be away from themselves? Sometimes it might be good. What is good for the good might not be good for the gander, especially when you first get married, the first early stage of marriage. Being apart might not really be something bearable for the wife. Fine if there are situations where you can't do this, but I think it might not really be good. That's why I would still advise that you go to Laju, Pastor Mrs. Laju Iren's YouTube and check it out. I just feel my own perspective. I could remember when I was to get married, and I told my husband, if you're going to leave the shore of this country, then we are living together. He actually told me about some processing, and I said, if you're going to leave, if at all is not going to take me, it has to be at least max 6 months is back to peak. It's not something that you leave too far, especially when your temperament, somebody who loves quality time. Getting married and being apart from your husband for a longer period, especially at the early stage of marriage, might really be traumatic. Yes, might really be traumatic for you. So like I said, what works for the good might not work for the gander. There was also a scene when, because there was communication breach, and I think couples really need to watch this. When there is communication breach between husband, the devil might want to come in between. Grace's client started flirting with Grace.
But I actually think that you've done okay. Yeah, I think you have.
So, guess what? I just upgraded to VIP on your coaching platform.
You know this thing. Nice. That's amazing.
You are amazing. I mean, meeting you is the best thing to ever happen to me.
That is going to make one hell of a review. Why not mail it to me?
Grace, I don't mean that as my coach. I mean, what you've done as my personal finance coach is out of this world, right? Yeah, but I'm talking about something more. I love talking to you. Your smile, it literally lights up my entire house. Considering how bad NEPA has been since the lockdown. Okay, what I'm saying is, see, I shouldn't have renewed my subscription to your platform, but it means I get to see your beautiful face every single week. You are so beautiful and smart,
And because she wasn't getting attention from her husband, she didn't have a choice But to yield, and the truth is, like I see that a lot of people, it's your soul that is born again, your flesh is not born again, is not yielded to the spirit. And so if you're tempted beyond what you can take, then definitely in such a situation, and sometimes it might comes in some ex who has been trying to come into the maybe the life of the husband or the wife, when there is no attention for the two of them, that definitely might happen. And she was getting carried away. SR never had the time to say, okay, you're looking beautiful, you're looking this, and she was getting attention from somewhere else. Thank God for divine intervention, that it was quick and it was early. That was when they were able to discover. And so times, as much as possible, the devil tries and look for loopholes where there is no communication, or when there is breach of communication between husband and wife, to actually be able to do that. Okay, one of the things too I remember was when Grace was saying her money is her money. She borrowed, okay, her money is her money, and SR came to me that, okay, the money you borrowed from me, when are you going to return it? Now this boils down to the fact of joint accounts. Yes, I know there has been controversies in line with joint accounts for a very long time, but all I just want to say is it's good to have, but let there be, let's say, okay, we are collecting this and this, let there be a personal account. You don't have to want to buy the little things, maybe sanitary towel or something, and you'll be going to the joint account. Let there be a personal account. For some that have siblings and they're like the firstborn or something, there is need for you to go to like have an account which is your personal own, where you can spend from. And nobody, your money is not your money. Hey. So, like I said, your money is not your money. It's our money. I can't imagine that Gracie has 1 million in her account. Because they made up, the guy had just zero. The video of the exchange is even the most funniest part. Look at the
In the same house.
The alert. You promised to send the money yesterday.
Ah, no, wow. Have you forgotten that what's mine is yours and what's yours is mine? Why not?
Please
Call
leave me,
somebody I
Jerry.
borrowed, you're now doing brag.
Every time I borrow money from you, I always send it back. But now, it's
Yes,
not
sir,
fair
please don't
now.
insult me, I beg. I'll send you
Okay.
your money.
Please, thank you. Thank you. Ah.
and it was really very funny because she had 1 million, like 1 million she could spare for her husband. And it was like, initially it was like the guy was overreacting by saying the guy should return money, but it was fun when I saw the account balance after the alert entered. And it was like, so this guy had nothing in his account, and at the long run, so I think sometimes, a lot of times, men too have this belief that they should take care of you, and so sometimes they go over, but even when they don't have. And also I think in that situation, there is no big deal opening to your wife. I know it's your responsibility, you always want to be able to take care of your wife, but when you push to the end, it can cause a lot of things. Look at the rancor between them. Grace had to show, he thought the guy was overreacting by asking for just ordinary money, and vex and sent it. But the guy was going through a lot and couldn't say it. I just feel when there is communication, even when there is no money, when there is communication and you come together and you pray together, it can work and there won't be issues like that. Another scenario is scenario where Grace's mother came and was talking about she not giving grandchild and everything. I just feel like the most we can do, even we around, is to pray for waiting couples. There's no need pressuring them, whether we like it or not. Some of us become mothers, will become mother-in-law in time to come. There's no need, there's no essence pressuring them. You don't know what they are going through. And stop sending unnecessary message to them and clinic, okay, there's this prayer video, I want to go. No, you don't need that. They are going through a lot of trauma personally. All you can do on your bended knees is to go into your corner. God reward. He said God is the seer of the secret that rewarded openly. Yeah. Also, this idea of having in-laws that are not friendly. I think with the help of the Holy Spirit, look at Grace and Elsa's younger sister. They were best of friends, like they were best of friends, and something went wrong. Even if they didn't know, there is a place of prayer. Prayer, I know you can be burdened and everything, but there's a place of prayer in getting acquainted with in-laws that are might be giving headache. There's nothing prayer cannot do. That's just something that no. And God, he hears the deepest cry, even without you speaking it out. He hears it and he honors it. And still on the sister-in-law, man, I love the part where they both did it for the guy, and the guy came home and the guy was still flirting. Imagine, you still came to the house, you were still flirting.
Just sit down, let me get you water.
You know, you're even more beautiful in person.
Osanukwa. Now, so mad people they think waka all over Lagos. Don't shush me. Don't shush me. Person will think say you don't get sense as you don't take part of that. But no, don't tell me not to shout.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't she shout? Person will think say as you don't part of that you go get sense.
Nothing big. Grace and I were just.
Grace, you know we just.
You are flirting with my sister in my brother's house.
Let. No, no. Grace, tell her now. There is.
The craze still plays you. And you still have the guts to talk.
Babe.
Just shut up! Get out of my house!
I didn't even imagine there was a bit of a difference. The other guy that was flirting with Grace had Dada, I don't know, and now came as a very gentle girl. Yes, I know it can be bad. It can be very, very, very bad to let go. It can be very difficult. But I think that scenario says it all. Like, what was the next thing she wanted to do? And because this thing they call love, that love is blind. Yes, sometimes when you don't find yourself in such a situation, letting go might be bad, but having someone around that could be of help when you have a genuine friend that you open up to about somebody. You know, some people, they'll tell you are going into the well because it is love. In a normal sense, if they say that's well, you will not go there, but because it is love can act in a way of sense and you still want to go there. I know it can be, but God will help everyone going through that situation. And also, I remembered the scenario of the abuse. Imagine somebody like that, and the mother. I don't even understand mothers that as in, because we've not had a divorcee in our home, so be enduring your home. They don't want to hear. A lot of mothers don't have confidence in the child, the girl they've raised, and they'll be like, I know you are the problem. Anytime maybe at one point or the other the child open up to them and say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, say, I know you are the one giving stress. Why not listen and give them a benefit of doubt? The mother was like, stay in your husband's life. Even with the beating, I can imagine that. Like, she had scars, and funny parts, people were fighting. Sarah and Grace were fighting, and the babe made up. Imagine she had to die because you're a Christian. There is a place of separation. Nobody's saying you can divorce. fine. If at the long run, leave. You might not necessarily give the guy a divorce letter because of your belief, your Christian belief, but I just feel there is a place of fleeing. As Gracie was telling Esther, she could have gone to Port Harcourt or something, take care of the children. Now the children, when she was dead, who will take care of the children? Who is going to do that? There is a place of separation. If a guy is emotionally, and funny enough, even in the Christendom, a lot of people are not able to deal with their anger issue, and you're saying, okay, stay there. After the death, I wonder what the mother was even, I wonder what the mother will be saying at that point. We don't want a divorce, so stay in your husband's house. I know you are the cause. We've raised a woman, and if you can say that, definitely you didn't raise your girl child well. That's why you can say that. And I love the parts where I love their relationship. I'm going to be sharing some of the scenario. Relationship, they fight, they make up, but this can happen if they are, can only happen if not that they are almost built on Christ. There is need to effort. There is need to effort. I remember the last scenario. See, season 3 is coming, and I can't really wait for season 3. I followed it from season 1 to 2 to say all the scenario, but these are some of the lessons, and if there's any of the lessons you've learned, drop it. It's a scenario that you can remember. But ìròyìn tó àfojúbà, I don't know if you understand. Like, go to Laju, Pastor Mrs. Laju Iren, and watch the season 1. And the good news is season 3 is coming out, but there is need for people to donate and all of that. Where she just and said, you come here, and said, I also remember a scenario where Elsa's younger sister, I can't even remember her name, went to the restaurant after breakup. I wanted to eat, and somebody came. I was like, get me your boss, and one of the waiter just passed and said, Oga. And so the way she just looked at, like, so you are not even a waiter, you are the Oga of this place. As in, that was a very, very funny.
Let me help with that.
Are you joking? From where to where?
I was just trying
to do what? Can't I have peace?
I'm really sorry.
Please!
I'm sorry.
Call me your madam.
I'm really
Call
sorry.
me your madam. Oga, where's your madam? Where is your madam? Where is your madam?
Oga.
Don't judge a book by its cover. In the bid of love, you don't know where you can meet. In fact, even without love, don't judge a book by its cover. I saw the expression on her face when it's like, Oga, and like, get me your madam in this place, get me your madam. And the guy talking to her, trying to get her order, was the madam. The guy was trying to shoot a shot, but like, get me. I was being rude. There's no need to be rude when you're meeting people for the first time. Even if you're married, there's a place of friendship, yes, that you can meet. You don't know where people that can help you, connection and everything. Don't judge a book by its cover. It's also sweet, and the guy had to come all the way to come and deliver. Imagine. And the friendship begin. Yeah. And she was talking about age different. It does not matter too. Yes, I know a lot of women were like, he's older than I'm older than him and everything, but the truth is, if it is God's will, then age does not matter. And finally, the place where SR was telling her that she had gotten a job, and was like, no, I don't want to leave the country. I don't know your opinion, but man, if I have a job and it's not going to take up to a year before my husband comes to visit me, I'll go leave this country. I beg. Yes, I know we're going to build, but this rigid mentality that this country, who is going to be very funny. If we all leave this country, who is going to build this country? Are you the president? I don't understand. And she had this rigid mentality that she cannot leave the country, because if everybody leaves, who is going to take care of this country? You say what? I don't understand. But the truth is, it could have happened. Let's look at it. And I think she did something background. That's the sweet part. I don't know what she did, and she received the same day God answered. And I think God answered their prayers, And I just see commitment. Imagine he declining the job in Canada because he wanted to make them happy. And when they were snapping the picture was just happy, he was angry. But I think it was the work of the Holy Spirit for him to be able to decline that offer. And also, God gave him the exact one. The truth is, God understands our deepest fear. He understands what we're going through. He understands what we need. And sometimes when we give up for the sake of love for our family, is always ready to compensate us. Not feeling fine, go inside, and she just came and just said, "Hi, daddy, I love that part. I love that part," and she was crying. I love that part. Truly, God answers those that wait upon Him. Might take a period of time, but God answers prayer. I don't think I still remember some scenarios. So, but one thing I also want to say is, it took a while before SR began to understand the kind of wife, maybe because of the number of years. Sometimes it might take it might even take 6 years before an husband can understand the wife. That does not mean that home is not built on Christ, and that does not mean there was no friendship or there was no love in the marriage, but the basis is having a home that is based on Christ. Thank you very much for watching. Till I come your way next time, I remain your girl, your host, Edina Labi. Thank you so much. Subscribe and share to your friends. You're giving me support when you do that. Thank you so much.